What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So, not too long ago, I made this video right here telling you how you could make a lot of gold different ways around the engineering achievement that was new in patch 10.17. In today's video, we have something similar, ways that you can make lots of gold solo with different methods. Now, before we dive into the specifics of that, big thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide. It's been absolutely nuts, and I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying it. This gold guide is digital. That means every single time I update the gold guide for a new patch or even a new expansion, it means that you get sent the updated version completely for free straight to your email for life. So you never have to pick up an updated version again. It's all going to arrive automatically in your mail. And this gold guide right here features all the tactics and methods that I personally use in order to achieve hundreds of millions of gold. So if you think that sounds interesting, make sure to check it out with the link down below in the description. And don't forget to use the discount code STUDENT for 50% off. If you already have the gold guide and you're happy with it, you should definitely check out the VIP Discord as well. But that's also linked down below in the description. So this is very similar to the other video, where this time we're going to be making gold with the tailoring achievement, Ton of Tops. Ton of Tops is an achievement that requires you to craft a bunch of different shirts in the game. Now, this achievement was, as I said, added in patch 10.17, and a lot of the people that's currently playing the game in the war within didn't play back when the patch 10.17 was implemented. So there's a lot of people going back and doing these achievements right now, which is great for you and me because we can make a lot of gold on this. Now, the first way you can make gold on this is by visiting a bunch of the different vendors that sells the patterns, because it's not enough to just buy these shirts straight up on the auction house. You have to craft them yourself. So you have items like the tuxedo shirt, and you have the orange martial shirt that you can buy. Different vendors depending on if you're Horde or if you're Alliance. Same thing with the dark silk shirt. It also has different vendors that you can purchase it from. You also have the bright yellow shirts, and you have the black swashbuckler shirts. Like, there's a ton of these that you can just straight up purchase from a vendor. Some of them are time limited, where you go to the vendor and you can purchase one of these patterns, and then you have to wait for it to respawn on the vendor before you can buy another one. But what they all have in common is that they have a very high sell rate. A lot of them don't go for like insane gold, as this one goes for 675 on NA and 1500 on EU, depending on which realm you play on, of course, but they sell it very fast. So these are the typical items that I try my best to keep up on the auction house at any given time. I even have, because I have 2 accounts and a lot of characters, I even have characters camped at a lot of these vendors, so that I can just buy them, log in and buy them every now and then, or buy them whenever I sell them. So it's very easy to restock these. Then you have farmable world drop items, like basically every single lumberjack and workman shirts that you need to craft for this achievement are world drops. Wrath of the Lich King world drops. Now, the best way to obtain these, and you can obtain these in a couple of different ways, but you need to have tailoring on the tune that you're farming on. So having tailoring on a tune, like for instance, I have that on my monk, opens up a lot of different methods that you can use in order to combine making gold, but also getting these patterns as you're farming. Now, a very popular method that I did a lot back in the days was going to Ice Crown, and I was doing the dungeon Pit of Sarin. The reason why I was farming Pit of Sarin is because I was combining getting these tailoring patterns with the Batra Tilt. The Batra Tilt is a quest item which gives you another achievement and also cosmetic items. So I was farming the Batra Tilt, and then since I had tailoring on the tunes that I was farming it on, I was also getting the patterns and plants. You can also do open world farms as well and get these. But I definitely, highly recommend you guys right now, due to the prices, to run the Nax Ramas, which I've mentioned in a lot of videos. This is slightly different though, because instead of running Nax Ramas and killing all the bosses and all of that, you want to run Nax Ramas on an alt that has tailoring, and you want to clear the wings with that has like undead mobs in them in order to get the patterns that we're talking about. And this is by far the most efficient way of farming these patterns. And these patterns go anywhere from like 10,000 gold all the way up to 100,000 gold. It really depends on the realm that you're playing on. And if you don't believe me on that, just go on like an internet auction house website like the Undermine Exchange, search up the Lumberjack and Workman shirts, and then look at the prices on different realms. So, as usual, never accept a low price. If you play in a realm where one of these patterns goes for 8,000 gold, but there's 10 other realms where they're 50,000 gold, you obviously don't want to sell it for 8,000 gold, but you can easily put it into your war bank and then move it to a different realm and sell it on that realm. All that it requires of you to do is to make an alt on that realm so you can post it on the auction house. Very simple stuff. Just make an allied race. Hopefully, you have the auction house mount. If you don't, hopefully, you'll get that soon, and it's going to make that whole progress way easier for you. But the the great thing about this one is that even if you don't get any patterns while running Max Ramas, you're killing trash, and you're going to be picking up well, both the War Torn scrap and also the Frozen Rune. So you make over 1,000 gold a run, just clearing those wings, trying to get the patterns for tailoring. So it's really, really decent gold on this one, and you should definitely go and do it. A lot of people are taking it to the next level where they have an alt army running Nax, killing the bosses and the whole shebang, and then they pick up tailoring on those alts as well, because it doesn't matter what profession you have on an alt army running Nax Ramas, right? Besides from tailoring, it's the only profession that will increase the gold per hour running Nax Ramas. So that's another tip for you guys. Now, the last one, like the last item on this list needed for the achievement that can yield you a lot of gold, is a rich purple silk shirt. This one, very tough to get. Like this pattern right here, it's a world drop and it can drop in a lot of different places. This one is no joke. Check on your realm, roughly 1,000,000 gold, right? Now, if you go on something like the Undermine Exchange and you check out the price on the different realms, sometimes you'll be able to find one for 500,000 gold, right? But usually you sell these anywhere between 700 to 1,000,000 gold each. And that's because they are extremely hard to obtain. Now, one of my favorite ways of obtaining these bad boys right here is running dungeons. And that's the easiest way to get them when you're doing it solo. One dungeon that's extremely good for getting the pattern for rich purple is running RFD, because it's a very short dungeon. You can knock out 10 runs in like 25, 30 minutes, as long as you have a tune with a speed set that's relatively fast. And it has a lot of chests. Like, just wait and see me loot this chest right here. You'll notice how I'm not getting the rich purple, but I'm getting another rare pattern, because chests have an increased, well, a higher chance of giving you rare patterns and plants. And RFD is a very short dungeon with a lot of potential chest spawns in it, so it's absolutely great. You'll also see a lot of people picking up the rich purple silk shirt in a dungeon like Old Man. Old Man also has this in their loot table, and there's also a lot of chests inside of Old Man. But it can be obtained doing open world gold farms as well, where a very popular one being in Kalimdor at the Thousand Needles and inside the Admiral's Den, the cave down here, also called the Saltstone Cave. That's another great way of obtaining it, which is the Soulstone Cave and Thousand Needles is like the easiest way to obtain it, because you're killing most mobs per hour, more mobs than you could possibly do in any dungeon. However, the chests is usually where you get the patterns, so I'd still think that if you're going to be running this solo, go for RFD or for Uldaman. They're both great dungeon in terms of transmog farming anyways, so you're kind of combining that with the small chance, that being said, the small chance of getting the rich purple silk shirt. Now, that was pretty much it for today's video, but make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel because I got a ton of videos like this with solo methods of making gold coming to the YouTube channel. So if you're subscribed, you're going to be notified as soon as those videos drop. And you can, of course, sign up for the VIP Discord, which gives you access to all of these YouTube videos before they go public on YouTube. So you get that advantage. On top of that, you also get exclusive gold tips, investments, multiple spreadsheets, and much more. But that's linked in the description together with the 0 to 10 million gold guide. With that being said, appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye bye.